Hey guys, it's Rob on the Lady Biker. How is everybody doing out there today? Oh, we are, my husband and I.
Hello.
We are out it's a beautiful Sunday morning. And we got to thinking, we haven't ridden Highway 150 in a while, so we decided just to jump on for a short ride and just enjoy spending some time together doing something we both really love. But then we're headed back because we have got some road trip planning to do. All right, guys. So, if you've seen some of my previous videos on moto camping, you know that my husband and I are leaving at the very end of July for 2 weeks. Moto camping on the bikes, and hello, Mr. B. I got a bee along for the ride. Anyway, and we're going to be riding up in the Pacific Northwest, across Idaho, Montana, Wyoming, but the height of that trip is going to be attending Amanda Zito, and you probably know her better as the Magpie flies here on YouTube. We're going to be attending her Rocky Mountain Roll. Cannot wait. So we have been spending the last, how long has it been, honey, since we started dialing in our camping stuff?
It's about 4 weeks.
About 4 weeks. So we've done, of course, we started with our backyard trip. Yes, we did a weekend just sleeping in the backyard to start that whole process. But every trip we've made, through the sequoias, out to Angel's Forest. We've spent each trip that we've made, each weekend trip, dialing in a different part of our camping gear. So we started with our, the sleeping gear?
Sleeping pads, yep.
Yeah, so we started out with the sleeping pads and then the sleeping bags, and we got those dialed in. And, oh my gosh, I still have to say, when my husband showed me the sleeping bag that he was interested in us looking at, and I believe it's Nemo. I'll put a link down in the description. I rolled my eyes because they're not cheap. But let me tell you, those down sleeping bags, oh my gosh, honey, you were right. Those suckers are warm.
And they have gills.
And they do have gills. Oh my gosh, that was one of the coolest things. Because we didn't think that they were going to be that big of a deal, but you know how sometimes you'll get into a sleeping bag and it's just, you get too hot and all you can do is unzip? Well, these have these gills along the front of the core that you can unzip, and it allows some of the heat to escape. So it gives you a little bit more control in maintaining your body temperature at the temperature you want. It's a really cool feature. So we got that. We got our sleeping pads. Oh, then it was on to the dry bags and how to pack everything onto the bikes. And we're getting that dialed in pretty good, down to, if it's a weekend trip, we have one bag for basically the camp, the tent, the chairs, the sleeping pads, sleeping bags. And oh my gosh, Wolfman, we bought 2 of their dry bags. Awesome product. I will definitely put a link for that down for y'all. So we've got one bag for that. We've got one bag that's pretty much the camp kitchen, and then one bag for clothes. And I'm so grateful that we are traveling on 2 Road Kings, because it really makes it nice to have. We could do 2 sissy bar bags, 2 dry bags, and then we have our 4 saddle bags together. It's really kind of nice. Oh, a little more gear down. There we go. So we got that dialed in. So our next trip, which we decided on a whim, and probably whenever you view this will be the weekend we're there. We're heading up to Paso, and I'm not going to try and say it because every time I do, the locals here correct me because I butcher it. But it's up just north, about 2 hours north of Santa Barbara, and it is California wine country. And we are going to go and spend a weekend moto camping and riding in just some beautiful country over there. So that trip is going to be about dialing in our camp kitchen. And, we found our little camp stove. We got our cutting board and all that settled out. But now, it's the frying pan and exactly what we're going to cook. Now, I would love if any of you who do moto camping, if you've got like a favorite camp meal, drop it down in the comments. Would love to get some ideas from y'all. For us, I love coming around here and seeing Lake Casitas. It's so pretty. Anyway, one of the things that we have found that we really like to do is when we're almost back to our campsite, to just stop at a local grocery store and find a protein, and preferably already seasoned and marinated. But if not, we're starting to kind of come together with our own little spice mix too. But just to cook up either in a saute pan or grill, depending on if we're in a fire ban or not. And but do that protein and then a bag of salad, because you got to balance out the beer you have to have with it, right? Right, honey?
You got it.
So we're dialing all these things in, and it's every time we camp it gets a little bit more comfortable. Now, one of the things that we're still kind of struggling with, especially for that longer trip, is going to be oh, what is this on the road? Ah, snake. I hate snakes. Anyway, I lost my train of thought. That snake just totally messed me up. Oh, gosh.
So you're talking about what we have to dial in.
Thank you.
Probably water.
Yeah, water and a bear bag or a bear container of some type. So, guys, any of you who moto camp that have any suggestions, I would be so grateful for some thoughts.
And how do you carry a bear canister? It's a pretty big container. You strap it on, or do you find some other alternative, like the odor-proof bags?
I like that. Yeah, that's a good idea, babe. Thank you. So, what he said. So we've got that, and we're also starting to dial in how to find our campsites. Now, we have become members of a camping and RV collective that has sites all over the U.S., and they're really convenient. I have to say, they're well spaced, they're in good places, they're easy to get to. They've got a lot of amenities like bathhouses and laundry service and all that, or not service, but laundry facilities. So they're convenient, but they're loud. Let's just embrace it. They're loud. But then we've also come across a website called Hip Camp. And it's kind of like, if you haven't seen it before, it's a really neat setup. And it's kind of like Airbnb for campsites. So it's usually a property owner that has a section of their property where they set up campsites. And some are very primitive, where you have to pack everything in and everything out. And others, oh my gosh, that is a purple car. And then others are a little bit more extravagant, like the one that we're going to be staying at this weekend near Paso has like an outhouse with an actual flushing toilet. I'm so curious to see this one. If the owner will let me, I'll do some video of the weekend from the campsite and kind of show y'all around, because it's supposed to be a little farm as well.
And chickens.
Oh, yep, they have chickens. I forgot about that. So you can even buy farm fresh eggs while you're there one morning. So we're probably going to do that. Anyway, so, we're starting to find out places to find our campsites. So that's basically what we're doing in planning for our big road trip. And we're using the excuse of needing to practice as a reason to make weekend trips. I mean, like, we really need a reason, but we're doing it anyway, and it's kind of fun. And it's giving us a good reason to just go ahead and make the plans, because let's face it, life is short. Buy the bike, take the trip. So that leaves me with 2 questions for y'all here at the very end. From me is, if you have any suggestions on bear-proof containers for food, if you have any ideas for just good camp meals, would love those. And then if you are a moto camper, what is your favorite site to use to find camp gear, to find campsites when you're, planning a trip or when you're just out? Where are the places that you check? So that about does it. Do you have any questions or thoughts for everyone, babe?
Just get out and ride and enjoy.
As he said, guys, get out and ride. Have fun, be safe, and we're going to catch you all in the next video. Bye.